Volleyball is going through a massive revolution right now. The game is getting faster, the hits are just getting harder, and honestly, the difference between winning and losing, it's now being measured in milliseconds and, well, megabytes. It's not just about raw athleticism anymore. This is a sport that's totally driven by data.
And that really gets to the core of the challenge, right? In a game where everything comes down to inches and milliseconds, how do you even begin to see what the human eye just can't catch? How can teams find that extra edge when everything happens in the blink of an eye?
For decades, coaching was all about intuition, that gut feeling, and spending endless hours manually rewinding old match footage. Trying to figure out if a player was getting tired? That was pretty much just guesswork. But now, that whole world has been flipped on its head. We've jumped into an era with millions of data points, where the analysis is automated, and you can track a player's readiness in real time. We're talking about a completely new playbook.
So what's the big force behind this massive change? Well, you can think of it as a new kind of assistant coach. And no, it's not a person, it's this powerful combination of artificial intelligence and data analytics, and it's quickly becoming maybe the most valuable member of any coaching staff.
Yeah, a really simple way to wrap your head around this is to just picture an assistant coach who is absolutely tireless. Someone who can watch every single player on every single court during every single drill and never ever miss a single play. That right there is the kind of power that AI is bringing to the court.
Okay, so how does all this actually work? Well, it often starts with something really small, like a wearable sensor. These little devices use some pretty cutting-edge tech called IMU. That stands for Inertial Measurement Unit. It's actually the same kind of sensor that's in your phone, the one that tracks which way you're holding it. All that raw motion data gets captured, and then, almost instantly, it's translated into a detailed dashboard. This gives coaches real, actionable insights on everything from a player's jump height to how fatigued they might be.
But look, just collecting a ton of data is only the first step, right? The real magic, the part that gives you a competitive edge, is how all that information gets deconstructed, how you turn raw numbers into a winning strategy. And honestly, the process is surprisingly simple. First, you just film a match or even a regular practice session. You don't need any special numbered jerseys or anything fancy. Then, the AI gets to work. It automatically goes through the footage and identifies all the key plays and important events. And boom, almost instantly, you've got a full breakdown of stats and a highlight reel that's ready to go.
And the level of detail this AI can pull out is just staggering. It goes way beyond just simple stats. We're talking about recognizing tactical attack patterns, analyzing entire defensive formations, and even pinpointing these tiny recurring errors in a player's footwork that a human coach, might easily miss over a long, tough practice.
And listen, this isn't just some far-off theory. Top-level coaches are already seeing huge benefits. Take Todd Metzger from LSU Beach Volleyball. He says it allows them to capture and learn from way more practice footage than they ever could before. And the crucial part? They get that edited, analyzed video back so much quicker, which means they can make critical adjustments on the fly.
But the impact here goes way beyond just in-game strategy. This same technology is completely revolutionizing how athletes train. It's creating this new focus on building healthier, more resilient players who can last for the long haul.
And the impact is real. You can actually measure it. Sports scientists believe that by using this kind of smart technology to optimize training, tracking things like jump height and ground reaction forces, athletes can see a performance improvement of up to 15%. Now, in the world of elite sports, a 15% gain is absolutely massive.
This has really led to a much smarter approach called holistic load management. And it's not just about counting how many times a player jumps in practice. It's about managing the athlete's entire life load. We're talking their sleep, their nutrition, their hydration, everything. So now if a player's performance dips, the first question isn't should we train less? It's, is this athlete actually recovering properly? It's a total shift in thinking.
So as powerful as all of this is right now, we're really just scratching the surface. It makes you wonder, right? What's next? Where is all this technology going to take the sport in the near future?
And the future looks pretty incredible, honestly. We're talking about things like robotic training aids that can perfectly simulate world-class serves and spikes over and over again. People are looking at virtual reality that put players into specific tactical situations so they can practice making split-second decisions. And for us fans, imagine smart venues giving us real-time data right on our phones. It's going to completely change how we watch the game.
All of this, of course, leads to a really fascinating question. With all this data, with all this technology, what happens to the art of coaching? Does a coach's gut feeling, that intuition they've built up over decades of experience, Does that just become obsolete?
Well, the consensus from coaches and experts seems pretty clear. AI isn't here to replace them. The idea is for it to be an enhanced tool, something that supplements their professional knowledge. It's there to do the heavy lifting with data analysis so that coaches can focus on what they do best: mentoring, strategizing, and leading their teams. At the end of the day, technology can give you all the data in the world, but the wisdom to know what to do with it, that still comes from the human coach.